Here is my Man from U.N.C.L.E print collection, or some of it, what I can get on the table. Pretty much there's a complete set of gold keys. You can't see them all. There's 2 in a bag, so if anyone's interested I'll certainly have a closer look at those. I've got on the edges my UK annuals and storybooks, although there's an American Whitman book there as well. At the back are the 2 vinyl albums, the Hugo Montenegro ones that is playing on CD in the background, and that's the UK annuals again there. There was 4 in total and 2 storybooks. It's another one of the books that they put out in America. There's a smaller little golden book, but I couldn't put my hand on that. They're 2 English Radio Times covers from 1965, when the show was first being aired on the BBC in England, when I was first drawn into it as a very, very tiny kid. Probably, well, it was 1965, I was 1 and a bit. But obviously we had the show repeated into the latter part of the 60s, and that's obviously how I first kind of fell into it all. These are the paperback books. The rest of the paperback books there. There's some American ones at the bottom. That's one of the World Picture Lot of World Adventure Library books that came out in England. I only got one of those. Again, not the biggest collection in the world, but quite a cross section of stuff. There's some trade cinema magazines, some standard magazines that you buy in the foyer, because the U.N.C.L.E films, the episodes were tagged together and released as films in England. These are Dutch, I believe, reprints of the Gold Key comics. Black and white, unfortunately, but nice different covers. This is one of the fan magazines that they put out. Lots of gossip and nonsense really, but nice for pictures. This is a TV Tornado English comic with a nice U.N.C.L.E cover. Had lots of TV favourites in that. The Saint, some of the Gerry Anderson shows, Tarzan. So if you was a young kid in the 60s into TV action and adventure, that was generally the comic the kids bought for you, that your parents bought for you rather. Again, some of the English and American Man from U.N.C.L.E magazines, or digests as people call them. Nice covers. Again, like the games, can't say I've read them all. These are some of the colouring books. Very nicely done. This is a storybook in fact, but that's a colouring book, but a kind of a hard card cover. Nice, probably touched up that photograph, but they look nice all the same. And this is one of my favourite pieces in my U.N.C.L.E collection, as modest as it is. This is some Mick Anglo original artwork from the front cover of TV Tornado. Bought this at auction a couple of years ago, and I'm fortunate enough, and I'll show you now, to have the original comic and the original artwork. So there you go, that's how it appears on the front cover of TV Tornado number 8. And there's the artwork there, so you can kind of see. There you go. Very nicely done. I couldn't believe it when that came up for auction, and I didn't pay a great deal of money for that, which surprised me. I thought there would be more interest in it perhaps. But as I've probably shown you in the last dozen or so short films, my interest is fairly broad. Anything I was really keen on as a kid, Gerry Anderson shows primarily, Man from U.N.C.L.E, Bond, Batman. Obviously the Anderson stuff has got the lion's share of my collection, but I do like the books. The annuals were a big thing for me as kids. I always had a Man from U.N.C.L.E annual bought for me at Christmas, along with an Anderson annual, so I've got strong nostalgic connections to those. I think a couple of them are the ones I actually had as a kid, as some of them I've rebought. The paperback books were things I've bought recently. I think I had an odd TV Tornado or 2, but I think these are ones that I've had to buy since then. But like I say, it's a modest but fairly nice overview of printed stuff to do with the Man from U.N.C.L.E. Certainly things like the Radio Times are quite nice to have. I've also got the Wimbledon front cover from 1965, which was the first week that the Man from U.N.C.L.E. was shown. Not on the front cover, but there's an article inside. So there you go, my latest film or video, short if you like, showing my print Man from U.N.C.L.E. collection. Hope you enjoy it. Channel D is closed.